Welcome back to the channel, US Rare Coins News, Top 1. This coin doesn't shout for attention. It doesn't sparkle like ancient gold or scream rarity at first glance. In fact, many people have held it, spent it, or ignored it completely. But that's exactly why the United States of America Gold $1 dated 2000 with the P mint mark is so interesting. It's a modern coin hiding a much bigger story, one that connects history, design, misunderstanding, and collector psychology in a way few coins ever do. The year 2000 wasn't just another date on the calendar. It marked the beginning of a new millennium, and the United States Mint knew this moment mattered. There was pressure to create something symbolic, forward-looking, and memorable. This wasn't just about making change, it was about reshaping how Americans viewed dollar coins altogether. For decades, dollar coins struggled to gain public acceptance. Earlier designs were often mistaken for quarters or simply ignored. So when the Mint released this new golden color dollar in 2000, it was meant to feel different. It was lighter in color, smoother in design, and instantly eye-catching. Many people believed they were holding real gold for the first time in their lives, and that misunderstanding alone gave the coin an unusual place in American culture. The Philadelphia Mint, represented by the P mint mark, struck these coins with care and precision. While millions were produced, not all were treated kindly once released. Most were handled roughly, tossed into bags, registers, and pockets, slowly losing their original look. That's important, because modern coins rely heavily on condition to stand out today. The front of the coin features Sacagawea, a figure whose importance goes far beyond textbooks. She was a young Native American woman who helped guide the Lewis and Clark expedition across unfamiliar territory. More than a guide, she symbolized trust, communication, and survival. Her presence on this coin marked a historic first, a real Native American woman honored on a circulating United States coin. What makes this design especially powerful is its calm confidence. Sacagawea isn't shown in a dramatic pose. Instead, she looks forward, carrying her child, representing continuity, hope, and resilience. It's a quiet strength, and that subtlety is part of why collectors appreciate the design more as time passes. Turn the coin over and the theme continues with a soaring eagle in flight. This wasn't a random choice. The eagle has long represented freedom and strength, but here it also reflects motion, America moving forward into a new era. The clean lines and open space give the coin a modern feel that separated it from older, more crowded designs. Now here's where collectors really lean in. Despite being a modern issue, the 2000 P Gold $1 coin can be surprisingly difficult to find in truly pristine condition. Coins that were never circulated, never cleaned, and never mishandled are far less common than people expect. Even tiny surface marks or dulling can dramatically affect how desirable a coin becomes. Then there are the coins that don't follow the rules. Some 2000 P examples display striking errors, off-center strikes, weak details, unusual surface textures, or planchet issues. These aren't caused by damage, they're born at the mint. Error coins like these attract serious collector attention because they are accidental, limited, and impossible to reproduce. Another layer of intrigue comes from public confusion. Because the coin looks gold, many still assume it contains precious metal. While that belief isn't accurate, it keeps interest alive. Coins that spark questions tend to stay relevant far longer than coins everyone fully understands. This coin also represents a moment when the United States tried to change spending habits. The goal was to replace the dollar bill, and while that didn't fully succeed, the attempt itself makes these coins historically significant. They represent ambition, experimentation, and a shift in thinking at the mint. That as years pass, nostalgia adds fuel to collector demand. People who grew up seeing these coins now view them differently. What once felt ordinary now feels symbolic of a simpler time, the early 2000s, before smartphones, before digital payments took over everyday life. That emotional connection matters more than most people realize. Collectors today look for strong strikes, original color, clean edges, and sharp details. A coin that checks all those boxes immediately separates itself from the average example. Add an error or an exceptional grade, and interest multiplies quickly. Now let's talk about the moment everyone waits for. When high-grade United States of America gold $1 coins dated 2000 p appear at major auctions, especially uncirculated examples with exceptional surfaces or notable mint errors, they have achieved auction prices ranging from hundreds of dollars to several $1,000s, with rare error specimens selling for even more depending on condition and demand. That's the hidden power of a coin most people never think twice about. Top 2. Today we are looking at a tiny gold coin from 2010 that most people would walk right past, without realizing it can be worth far more than $1. This is the United States of America 2010 D gold $1. Small, bright, easy to underestimate. But behind this little coin is real gold, limited mintage, and in top condition, serious collector demand. In the next few minutes, I'll show you exactly what this coin looks like up close, why the Denver mint mark matters, what makes certain examples more valuable than others, and at the end, I'll break down what real collectors are actually paying for it right now. And there's one detail about grading that could mean the difference between a few $100s and a four-figure sale. Let's zoom in. Picture a clean close-up shot of the front of the coin. The design features a modern interpretation of Liberty wearing a feathered headdress, inspired by the historic Indian princess gold dollars of the 1800s. Around the edge, you see United States of America. The date 2010 sits clearly at the bottom. And just above it, that tiny but powerful letter, D. That D means it was struck at the Denver Mint. Now flip it over. Show a tight shot of the reverse. A bold American bald eagle stands proudly. The denomination $1 is clearly marked. The design is sharp, detailed, and elegant despite the coin's small size, and here's something important. This is not a regular circulating dollar. It's not made of copper or nickel. The 2010 D gold $1 is struck in 90% gold. Real gold. The coin weighs about 1.672 grams, containing roughly 0.04837 troy ounces of pure gold. So even before collectors get involved, this coin already carries intrinsic value based on gold prices, but gold content alone doesn't tell the full story. The 2010 issue was part of a modern commemorative program. These coins were sold directly by the U.S. Mint to collectors. They were never meant to circulate in pocket change. That means mintages were controlled and relatively limited compared to everyday coins. Lower mintage plus gold content plus collector packaging equals long-term interest. Now here's where it gets interesting. Most of these coins were carefully stored. But not all of them were perfect. Tiny contact marks. Hairline scratches. Slight handling. Those small details matter a lot in the grading world. If you send one of these coins to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC, it might come back graded MS69. That's near perfect. But if it comes back MS70, that means absolutely flawless under magnification, and collectors compete hard for perfection. Imagine a close-up of an MS70 coin sealed in a slab. Brilliant luster. Sharp feather detail. No visible marks. That level of quality is rare, even for modern coins. While this coin is not widely known for dramatic mint errors like major double dies or off-center strikes, any verified error on a modern gold commemorative would be extremely scarce and very desirable. Because gold commemoratives are struck with high-quality control, true mint errors are uncommon. If one ever appears, collectors notice immediately. Now let's talk value. First, the melt value. Since the coin contains just under 1/20th of an ounce of gold, its base value moves with the gold market. At current gold prices, the melt value alone often sits in the low hundreds of dollars. On the collector market, raw examples in original mint packaging typically sell slightly above melt value, often in the mid-hundreds depending on gold prices and demand. Certified MS69 examples usually trade a bit higher than raw coins, commonly in the mid to upper hundreds. But MS70 examples are where premiums can climb. Perfect graded pieces have sold in the high hundreds and, in stronger markets, around $1,000 or slightly above at auction. That's a huge difference from face value. $1 stamped on the coin. Hundreds, sometimes over 1,000, in real market value, and that's what makes this coin so fascinating. It looks small and simple. But it represents modern American gold, limited production, and the power of condition that is own. Now I'm curious. Do you own any modern gold commemorative coins? Have you ever checked the grade on them? And if you had the choice, would you rather collect modern gold like the 2010 D, or classic 19th century gold dollars? Tell me in the comments. I love seeing what you're collecting. The 2010 D gold $1 proves something important. In coin collecting, size does not equal value. A tiny coin can hold real gold, real history, and real collector competition. Top 3. Today, there are coins that everyone notices immediately because they shine or carry a familiar design. Then there are coins that quietly hold centuries of history, witnessing events that shaped a nation. The United States gold $1 coins from 1865 to 1869 belong to that second group. At first glance, they may seem small, unassuming, or even ordinary. But the story behind these coins makes them among the most fascinating and historically significant pieces in American numismatics. The gold $1 was first introduced in 1849, but the coins minted between 1865 and 1869 hold a special place in history. These years were some of the most tumultuous in the United States. The Civil War had just ended, the country was rebuilding, and the economy was undergoing rapid change. In a time of uncertainty, coins like these were not just currency, they were symbols of stability, trust, and national unity. On the front of these coins, the iconic Liberty Head design greets collectors and historians alike. Lady Liberty is shown wearing a coronet engraved with the word Liberty, her profile elegant, calm, and confident. The details of her hair, the subtle lines in her coronet, and the sharp lettering around the rim all reflect the artistry and craftsmanship of the period. Every small feature was meticulously engraved, making each coin a miniature work of art. The reverse of the coin is equally significant. A small, majestic eagle is surrounded by the inscription indicating the coin's value and the words, United States of America. Despite the coin's tiny size, the details are striking. The eagle's wings, feathers, and talons are carefully rendered, demonstrating the mint's dedication to quality even in the smallest denominations. This combination of beauty and precision is part of why collectors prize these coins so highly. What makes the 1865 to 1869 gold $1 coins particularly intriguing is their historical context. These were the first coins minted after the Civil War, and the country was in the midst of reconstruction. Currency from this period wasn't just money, it was a statement that the nation was rebuilding, that commerce was resuming, and that the mint was back at work producing coins people could trust. Every coin in circulation carried the weight of a country striving to heal and grow. Rarity and condition play a critical role in the value of these coins. While many were struck for circulation, few survived in pristine condition. The coins were small, frequently handled, and often worn down over the decades. Finding an example with clear details, minimal wear, and original luster is extremely rare. Collectors pay close attention to subtle characteristics such as the sharpness of Liberty's hair, the clarity of the eagle's feathers, and the integrity of the coin's edge. Slight differences in strike or finish can dramatically affect a coin's desirability. Coins that retain their original surfaces, untouched by cleaning or damage, stand out immediately in any collection. Minting variations also add to the excitement. During these years, slight differences in die design, lettering, and engraving sometimes occurred. These small anomalies, often unnoticed at the time, create unique subtypes that collectors hunt for today. Coins with rare variations are considered premium pieces, often commanding higher attention and value in the numismatic community. Another factor that makes these coins appealing is their age. A coin from 1865 is more than a century and a half old. Just holding one is like holding a piece of history. It survived wars, economic changes, and generations of handling. Each scratch, mark, or toning pattern tells a story about its journey through time. In addition to historical significance, the gold $1 coins from this period are sought after because of their metal content. Made primarily of gold, these coins were not only symbolic but also intrinsically valuable. Over the years, gold has always held value, and these coins combine that intrinsic worth with historical importance. For collectors, investing in one of these coins is about more than owning gold. It's about owning a tangible piece of history, a miniature artifact that tells the story of a nation recovering from civil strife and stepping into a new era. The beauty, rarity, and cultural significance make these coins true treasures for serious numismatists that if you ever encounter an 1865 to 1869 gold $1, it's crucial to assess it carefully. Check for originality, strike quality, and surface preservation. Avoid cleaning it, as this can reduce value dramatically. Many coins that appear ordinary at first glance become highly significant once professionally examined and graded. Now for the moment everyone waits for. While some circulated examples trade for modest sums, rare and well-preserved 1865 to 1869 United States gold $1 coins have reached auction prices of over $200,000. Top 4. Today we are diving into a coin that might just make your jaw drop. The 1825 to 1829 United States gold $1. Just imagine holding in your hand something minted almost 200 years ago, a tiny piece of history that could be worth more than most of us earn in a month. Now, stick with me, because by the end of this video, I'm going to reveal the real market value of this coin and some rare features collectors go absolutely crazy for. And trust me, you'll want to see this before you even think about your next coin hunt. Here it is, the coin itself. Take a look at the golden gleam. It's small, sure, just about the size of a modern quarter, but it carries an incredible story. On the front, you have the classic Liberty design, her profile crisp, the stars surrounding her almost like they're watching over history itself. Flip it over, and you'll find the denomination and the year, simple at first glance, but packed with significance. So why is this coin so rare? Well, production back then wasn't nearly as precise as it is today. Only a few thousand of these coins were minted each year, and over time, many have been lost, melted down, or worn beyond recognition. That alone makes them a collector's dream. But here's where it gets really interesting. Some coins from this series show tiny variations in the design, misalignments, or even double dies. These errors can turn an already rare coin into a true treasure. And spotting one? It's like finding a hidden gem in plain sight. Now, let's talk history for a second. This was a time when the United States was still young. Gold coins like this weren't just currency, they were symbols of the country's growth, ambition, and pride. Imagine someone back in 1825 handing one of these to buy goods at a local market, completely unaware that 2 centuries later, collectors would pay thousands of dollars for the exact same coin. Here's a fun fact. Some of these coins show slight differences in the placement of stars or letters, almost like each coin had its own personality. Coin experts call this die variation, and it's one of the reasons why collectors keep coming back to this series. You can spend hours just examining the subtle differences, and every coin tells a story of the minting process nearly 200 years ago. Take a close look at the edge. Some coins are plain, some have a reeded design, and some show tiny marks that hint at how they were struck. Getting a coin in good condition is rare, which is why auctions for these coins can get intense. And speaking of auctions, the real kicker is the market value. Depending on its condition and rarity, an 1825 to 1829 gold $1 can sell for anywhere from several $1,000s to over $20,000 in exceptional cases. That's right. A coin smaller than your thumb could be worth a small fortune. So, I want to ask you, do you own this coin? Have you ever stumbled upon a coin that made you stop and think, I can't believe this is real? Drop a comment below, because I'd love to hear your stories. And while you're at it, tell me which coin you would love to add to your collection if you could. To recap, the 1825 to 1829 gold $1 isn't just a coin, it's a piece of American history, a collectible treasure, and a potential investment all in one. Its rarity, the historical context, and the occasional die errors make it a must-have for serious collectors. If you enjoyed exploring this coin with me, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe for more fascinating coin stories, and check out my other videos where we uncover some of the most valuable and rare coins in the world. And remember, every coin has a story. Sometimes, all it takes is a closer look to find a piece of history hiding right in your hands. If you want, I can also draft a version with natural cues for visuals, B-roll, and close-ups so it's practically ready to film with dynamic shots and overlays that keep viewers glued for the full 4 minutes. That will really help retention. Do you want me to do that next?